Well, congressional Republicans are demanding answers in the case of a Democrat IT staffer who has been under investigation for 2 years now. One America's John Hines has more from Washington.
With talk of a plea deal in the investigation into the indicted former congressional IT worker Imran Awan and his associates, Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert has started speaking out against what he sees as an FBI and U.S. Attorney's office that seem to be dropping the ball.
I want a proper investigation. 70 or 80% of the witnesses, and we've given them information. Here are witnesses, here's what they know, here's what they could help you prove up. And they continue to say nobody from the FBI has ever bothered to talk to them. So it really sounds like the Awan family is getting the Hillary Clinton treatment unless somebody in the Department of Justice stands up and says no.
And that shouldn't be a lot to ask, because Imran Awan and his associates, which include some of his family members, are suspected of procurement fraud, possibly removing a congressional computer server and allegedly diverting data to an off-site server, according to news reports. And it's something Gohmert has now taken to the floor of Congress to call out.
These are really critical issues.
And you've taken to the well of Congress to bring this to the people's attention. Talk about that.
We actually went further than that. We had an informal hearing where we brought witnesses in and questioned them about this last year. So last year we were trying to motivate law enforcement to look into this, and now, according to what family members and friends are saying, that Awan is bragging that he's going to be able to plead to something that doesn't involve the emails, the thefts from Capitol Hill, any of that stuff.
But the rumor of a plea deal doesn't surprise Luke Rosiak, an investigative reporter for the Daily Caller, who says Democratic members of Congress are responsible for serious lapses in cybersecurity.
But what we found is that the Democrats went to great lengths to suppress this investigation. And my most recent story details Debbie Wasserman Schultz, the former head of the DNC, basically going to all these House officials and screaming at them with these profane tirades, telling them that they needed to drop the investigation into this guy, essentially threatening them. They jeopardized national security. They left hackers on the network. They're still not in jail. And now we see that prosecutors are negotiating with them rather than prosecuting them.
And it's been just about 2 years since the irregularities and alleged hacks were uncovered, which may be why the investigation may be about to wind down.
The reason for investigation into Imran Awan was always the clear-cut evidence of hacking Congress. So what we have since then is just a completely inexplicable reaction by the Department of Justice, where they've refused to interview witnesses, they've refused to accept evidence, and then they say, oh, there's nothing there. And so Louis Gohmert made a speech on the House floor saying that this is another example of the FBI bending over backwards to carry water for Democrats.
The hearing court date for Imran Awan has been delayed 7 times. The latest date, July 3rd, the eve of a holiday, what Rosiak calls a news dump, and perhaps an opportune time to announce a plea deal. John Hines, One America News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.